So Google is not known to be the best when it comes to preventing leaks. And this year has definitely been the biggest leak season for Google so far, because literally all of Google's Pixel 9 devices got leaked in their own marketing materials as well. Plus, we've even had a full 19-minute hands-on video that goes in a ton of detail too. In fact, because of so many leaks, Google themselves updated their website with the designs of the Pixel 9 series. So, here are the final leaks and rumors on the Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, and also the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. And if you're excited about the new Pixel 9s and you're thinking of maybe even getting one, here's a stunning wallpaper that will make your new lock screen even better. It's from our latest Norton Nights Wallpapers pack by our popular designer Splashy, which features 10 stunning designs of Aurora Borealis scenes. You can find Norton Nights as well as close to 100 of other brilliant packs, all in 8K, in our app Wallpapers for iOS and Android. Okay, so there are actually 4 models of the Pixel 9 that we'll be getting this year. The Pixel 9, then the Pixel 9 Pro, the Pixel 9 Pro XL, so a larger variant of the Pixel 9 Pro, and then the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, which is basically just the Pixel Fold 2, only with a very different name. Okay, so starting off with the regular Pixel 9, the main change here is its body. Google has flattened the frame significantly, which now resembles the iPhone 15 frame with rounded corners at the edges. Personally, I do like this change as it does make the phone grippier, and those rounded edges should make you more comfortable than the S24, for example, that does have a flatter frame all throughout. Now, the frame isn't the only thing getting flat. The camera visor is getting much flatter too. It no longer merges with the frame of the phone, but rather sits on top, and yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. On one hand, I do like this more industrial design look, but on the other hand, I do feel like it's a big departure from Google's iconic visor look that they established with the Pixel 6 and onwards. On the right side, there is said to be a really cool new color, this pink, as well as a new green, a cream, and then the standard obsidian black. I do think the green one looks especially nice here. Now, you may notice that the camera module is still a dual module on the standard Pixel 9, so that is not changing. What is changing though is the ultra-wide. A recent leak claims that a Pixel 9 will include a brand new 50 megapixel Sony IMX858 ultra-wide sensor from the previous 12 megapixel IMX363, which was quite a bit older, with the main and the front modules remaining the same. Google's own leaked marketing materials seem to show a 48 megapixel ultra-wide instead. Either way, this will be a good upgrade regardless of which one we get from that 12 megapixel module that we had before. Aside from this, the display of the Pixel 9 is getting slightly bigger, from 6.2 to 6.3 inches, which might simply be a result of the thinner bezels. And this display is said to be brighter too, from 1400 nits up to 1800 when watching HDR content. I'm pretty sure the outdoor brightness will be a bit brighter too. And underneath that display, there's also said to be a brand new ultrasonic fingerprint reader, just like what Samsung is using, which should be noticeably faster than the current optical fingerprint reader. Now, spec-wise, we will be getting the new Tensor G4 as well as 12 gigabytes of RAM based on the leaked press materials. Now, 12 gigabytes of RAM on the base model is something that I'm really surprised to see. My guess is that the additional RAM is needed for a number of AI features that Google is including. The highlight seems to be Pixel screenshots, which may sound a lot like Microsoft's Recall feature for Copilot Plus PCs, but rather than your phone randomly taking screenshots of everything you do all the time, the screenshots that you normally take yourself will be used by Google's on-device AI to help you find what you need faster. There also seems to be a new Add Me feature for including yourself in a group photo, as well as a new studio for creating some images with the help of generative AI, as well as emergency SOS, and I'm pretty sure we'll see some more features during the announcement. So that's the Pixel 9. So what about the other 3 models? Well, the Pixel 9 Pro will have the same 6.3-inch display size as the standard Pixel 9. However, this display will be an even brighter panel by being a Super Actra display rather than just Actra, and apparently it will be able to go up to 2050 nits as opposed to 1800. Another difference between the 9 and the 9 Pro is when it comes to the colors. The Pixel 9 Pro also comes in a bunch of different colors. like rose, hazel, obsidian, and porcelain. But of course, the main reason why you would probably want to go for the 9 Pro over the 9 is for the camera. We're getting that extra 5x telephoto module on the back, which according to Google's leaked marketing materials, seems to still be a 48 megapixel sensor, possibly the same one as on the Pixel 8 Pro. Although other leaks have pointed to this being a new 50 megapixel sensor, so we'll have to wait and see if this telephoto is upgraded in any way. The front camera though does seem to be getting a bump to a 42 megapixel sensor, up from the current 10.5 on the Pixel 8 Pro or the Pixel 9, which is quite nice to see. Plus, the Pixel 9 Pro is all set to come with 16 gigabytes of RAM, 4 more than the Pixel 8 Pro. Again, very likely that the extra 4 gigabytes of RAM is needed for the new AI features that I mentioned before. And let's also not forget that brilliant and incredibly useful temperature sensor. Yeah, that's still only on the Pro models. Now, if we move on to the third Pixel 9 model, we've got the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Yes, for the first time since the Pixel 4, we now have an XL model as well, which is technically Google's equivalent of the iPhone Pro Max. It's still a Pro, just bigger. More specifically, the 9 Pro XL is set to have a 6.8-inch display rather than 6.3-inch on the Pixel 9 or 9 Pro, making it 0.1 inches bigger than the outgoing Pixel 8 Pro. Everything else would be the same as on the smaller Pixel 9 Pro. Same Tensor G4 chip, same 16 gigabytes of RAM, and even the same main 50 megapixel camera. The same 48 megapixel ultra-wide, 48 megapixel telephoto, and 42 megapixel front. And I do really like this approach. Apple did compromise on a telephoto on the smaller iPhone 15 Pro. And even with the upcoming iPhone 16 Pros, where the 16 Pro will have the same telephoto as the Pro Max, the Pro Max will still get an even better main sensor. Whereas Google seems to be keeping these phones identical, aside from, of course, the display size and the battery size. Speaking of the battery size, it's set to remain the same. Reason why I haven't really mentioned them at all before, but the charging speed is set to be getting faster, at least on the Pixel 9 Pro XL, going up from 30 watts to possibly 35 or even 45, given that a 45-watt charger has been leaked. Which brings us to the Pixel Fold 2, aka the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. And despite its underwhelming name, this Pixel Fold is a huge upgrade over the original. The cover screen is now taller and narrower, resembling the display of the Pixel 9 and 9 Pro in size and shape, while the inner display now features significantly thinner bezels. It is also larger at 8 inches versus 7.6, with what seems to be a camera cutout rather than it being part of the bezel. The hinge has also been redesigned completely, which I mean, yeah, the hinge on the original Pixel Fold was by far the worst on any foldable that I've used. It creaked, it never closed flat, it was honestly so bad. And based on the leaked press materials, the outer display will be an Actra display, whereas the inner display will be Google's brighter version, so Super Actra, probably matching the brightness on the Pixel 9 Pro's display. It is a bit strange how the inner display is brighter than the outer display. Usually it's the other way around for foldables. We're also getting that very same Tensor G4 this time, so no longer one generation behind the regular Pixels, and also 16 gigabytes of RAM. So all in all, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is a huge upgrade over the original, and it's truly looking to be one of the very best foldables on the market. Literally the only downside that I can see, aside from the fairly weird camera module design on the back, like, yeah, why did you have to do that, Google? Instead of having the same design as on the other Pixels and the Pixel Fold 1? Well, anyway, the only other downside I would say would be the cameras, which, judging by the leaked specs, they seem to be the exact same sensors as on the original Pixel Fold. So 48 main megapixel module with a 10.8 megapixel 5x telephoto module, and then a 10.5 megapixel ultra-wide. The only exception may be the front, which may get a different sensor, 10 megapixels in resolution up from the current 9.5. But yeah, other than that, really looking forward to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Like I said, I think this may just be my favorite foldable of the year. And price-wise, here are all the leaked prices for the entire Pixel 9 lineup. And I think they're quite fair. The official unveil event will be on the 13th of August, so we'll have to wait and see what's different compared to the leaks. Although I do expect that for the most part, everything will be more or less identical to what I mentioned in this video. And by the way, I will also be at the Google event in person, so if you want to say hello, please do so. This is actually going to be my very first main Google event that I'm attending outside of the UK, so I'm extremely excited for this. Other than that, check out these really cool wallpapers, link in the description. I'm Daniel, ZONEofTECH. I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.